Good evening and welcome, everybody. I am Carolyn Machada, the corporate officer for the District of Souk, and I hereby call this meeting to order for the inaugural meeting for the District of Souk Council. Unfortunately, Chief Planis is unable to join us this evening, but I would like to say that we are grateful to be gathered on the territory of the Sauk and Shanu nations. And I would now call upon the Honorable Ted Gouge to administer the oath of allegiance, which council will do as a collective group, and then he will individually administer the oaths of office. Thank you.
Please repeat after me. I do solemnly affirm
I do solemnly affirm
that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III, King of Canada, his heirs and successors. You need that again?
maybe just in smaller pieces.
That I will be faithful and bear true allegiance
The faithful and bear true allegiance
to His Majesty King Charles III,
to His Majesty King Charles III,
King of Canada,
King of Canada,
his heirs and successors.
his heirs and successors.
Thank you. Now, yes. Mayor Tate, please repeat after me.
Councilor Bateman,
Council.
come forward. You come forward and then you're sit here and sign here.
Okay. Would you like me forward now? Okay.
That's council need a lot of direction.
Shall I stand? Okay.
Councillor Bateman, please repeat after me. I, Jeff Bateman,
I, Jeff Bateman,
do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I am qualified to hold the office of councillor for the District of Souk, to which I have been elected.
that I am qualified to hold the office of councillor for the District of Souk, for which I have been elected.
I have complied with the provisions of the Local Government Act
I have complied with the provisions of the Local Government Act
in relation to my election to this office.
in relation to my election to this office.
I will abide by all rules
I will abide by all rules
related to conflicts of interest under the community charter.
related to conflicts of interest under the community charter.
I will carry out my duties with integrity.
I will carry out my duties with integrity.
I will be accountable for the decisions I make
I will be accountable for the decisions I make
and the actions that I take
and the actions I take
in the course of my duties.
in the course of my duties.
I will be respectful of others.
I will be respectful of others.
I will demonstrate leadership and collaboration.
I will demonstrate leadership and collaboration.
I will perform the duties of my office in accordance with the law.
I will perform the duties of my office in accordance with the
Law.
law.
Thank you.
Yes.
Please sign the documents. Just now. And who will be next? Councillor Beddoes, please repeat after me. I, Al Beddoes,
I, Al Beddoes,
do solemnly affirm that
do solemnly affirm that
I am qualified to hold the office of Councillor for the District of Sioux,
I am qualified to hold the office as Councillor of District of Sioux,
to which I have been elected.
to which I have been elected.
I have complied with the provisions of the Local Government Act
I have complied with provisions of the Local Government Act
in relation to my election to this office.
in relation to my election to this office.
I will abide by all rules
I will abide by all rules
related to conflicts of interest under the community charter.
related to conflicts of interest under the community charter.
I will carry out my duties with integrity.
I will carry out my duties with integrity.
I will be accountable for the decisions that I make
I will be accountable for the decisions that I make
and the actions that I take
and the actions that I take
in the course of my duties.
in the course of my duties.
I will be respectful of others.
I will be respectful of others.
I will demonstrate leadership and collaboration.
I will demonstrate leadership and collaboration.
I will perform the duties of my office
I will perform the duties of my office
in accordance with the law.
with accordance with the law.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Please sign.
Another way? Yeah. That's it. Oh, underneath. Always a trick. Thank you.
Councillor Tony St. Pierre.
Yes, sir. Please repeat after me. I, Tony St. Pierre,
I, Tony St. Pierre,
do solemnly affirm that
do solemnly affirm that
I am qualified to hold the office of Councillor for the District of Sioux,
I am qualified to hold the office of Councillor for the District of Sioux,
to which I have been elected.
to which I have been elected.
I will abide by all rules
I will abide by all rules
related to conflicts of interest under the community charter.
related to conflicts of interest under the community charter.
I will carry out my duties with integrity.
I will carry out my duties with integrity.
I will be accountable for the decisions that I make
I will be accountable for the decisions that I make
and the actions that I take
and the actions that I take
in the course of my duties.
in the course of my duties.
I will be respectful of others.
I will be respectful of others.
I will demonstrate leadership and collaboration,
I will demonstrate leadership and collaboration,
and I will perform the duties of my office in accordance with the law.
and I will perform the duties of my office in accordance with the law.
Thank you, sir. Please sign.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. I, Dina Lajeunesse,
I, Dana Lajeunesse,
do solemnly affirm that
do solemnly affirm that
I am qualified to hold the office of Councillor for the District of Sioux,
I am qualified to hold the office of Councillor for the District of Sioux,
to which I have been elected.
to which I have been elected.
I have complied with the provisions of the Local Government Act
I have complied with the provisions of the Local Government Act
in relation to my election to this office.
in relation to my election to this office.
I will abide by all rules
I will abide by all rules
related to conflicts of interest under the community charter.
related to conflict of interest.
I will carry out my duties with integrity.
I will carry out my duties with integrity.
I will be accountable for the decisions that I make
I will be accountable for the decisions that I make
and the actions that I take
and the actions that I take.
in the course of my duties. I will be respectful of others.
Respectful of others.
I will demonstrate leadership and collaboration.
I will demonstrate leadership and collaboration.
I will perform the duties of my office
I will perform the duties of my office
in accordance with the law.
in accordance with the law.
Thank you, sir. Please sign.
Never mind.
Yes, ma'am. I, Maya Tate,
I, Maya Tate,
do solemnly affirm that
do solemnly affirm that
I am qualified to hold the office of mayor for the District of Sioux,
I am qualified to hold the office of mayor for the District of Sioux,
to which I have been elected.
to which I have been elected.
I have complied with the provisions of the Local Government Act
I have complied with the provisions of the Local Government Act
in relation to my election to this office.
in relation to the election for this office.
I will abide by all rules
I will abide by all rules
related to conflicts of interest under the community charter.
related to conflicts of interest under the community charter.
I will carry out my duties with integrity.
I will carry out my duties with integrity.
I will be accountable for the decisions that I make
I will be accountable for the decisions that I make
and the actions that I take
and the actions that I take
in the course of my duties.
in the course of my duties.
I will be respectful of others.
I will be respectful of others.
I will demonstrate leadership and collaboration.
I will demonstrate leadership and collaboration.
I will perform the duties of my office
I will perform the duties of my office
in accordance with the law.
in accordance with the law.
Thank you, ma'am. Please sign.
For your marriage.
It's now my honor to present Mayor Tate with the chain of office.
Okay, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the inaugural meeting of the 8th term, the 2022 to 26 term of the District of Sioux Council. Thank you very much for joining with us this evening. I am very grateful and humbled to be serving a 3rd term as your mayor. And it is an honor to continue this work on the traditional territory of the Sauk and Sianu nations. While we were unable to hear from Chief Planis and another elder, I just wish to acknowledge their presence and thank the Sauk and Sianu for their stewardships of the lands and for always getting us started in a good way. On behalf of all of us, I certainly look forward to continuing our work together. As we begin this evening, I do wish to acknowledge other dignitaries in attendance tonight. So I'm delighted to welcome our newest SD 62 school trustee, Ebony Logans. I wish to also acknowledge another elected official who has served previously, and that is Councillor Herb Haldane. Your Honor, Justice Gouge, thank you for your service this evening and for being with us. I wish to also thank my family for their tireless support. To my campaign team, volunteers who dedicated much of their time to all the campaigns over this past election. Thank you also to your family, friends, and supporters. This year, Souk saw its highest level of candidate participation, and I would like to acknowledge the contributions that every candidate made to our local democracy and thank all voters who participated in the 2022 local government election. I would like to thank and acknowledge again our outgoing council member, Ebony Logans. Wish you the very best and congratulate you for your successful election as a school trustee. I look forward to working with you alongside council and all of SD 62 trustees, including Amanda Dowie and Allison Watson, for the betterment of our families and children in Souk. Good luck. Many thanks also to our JDF neighbor, Mike Hicks, who is retired for his service. And I would like to congratulate and welcome Al Wickham, and we look forward to serving alongside you. And I would like to congratulate all members of council on your successful re-elections. Councillor Jeff Bateman, Al Beddoes, Dana Lajeunesse, Megan McMath, Kevin Pearson, and Tony St. Pierre. Welcome back. Please note, everyone, that while Councillor McMath and Pearson are away on planned vacations, they have already been affirmed into office by our corporate officer. So there won't be a by-election, just saying. Together, though, we carry immense responsibilities to lead our community through difficult times, to listen to resident concerns and ideas, to serve as the voices of our community through the decisions that we make within the district and our advocacy alongside regional partners and to other levels of government. Through respectful discourse, our varying perspectives will help to ensure the representation of all members of our community and inform thoughtful decision-making in the best interest to all those we serve. We also are grateful to have with us our excellent district staff, remarkable professionals and members of our team who are dedicated in their service to the citizens of our community. Thank you, everyone. There's so much that goes into municipal operations, from the commitment of our first responders to staff works on grant writing and road design, building out street lights, filling potholes, underground service, trail maintenance, development to building permits, and even the technology available for those viewing tonight's meeting from home, just to name a few. And while I acknowledge our staff, our hearts and well wishes are with our CAO, Norm McInnes, and his family. As he continues his health journey, know that you are on our minds and in our hearts. I wish to also acknowledge our interim CAO, Don Schaefer. Thank you, Don, for being with us and for always your timely support and assistance. This is an exciting time in our community as we get to work. We realize we have unfinished business from the last term. Such includes finalizing and adopting and reviewing the official community plan, one that'll serve us well into the future, continuing to advance the transportation and parks and trails master plans. The implementation of these plans will ultimately make getting around to Souk safer, more efficient, whether that's by 4 wheels or 2, walking or rolling. The Souk 2030 Climate Action Plan provides a host of solutions for us to meet emission reduction targets, while also exploring ideas to save residents time and money. And the local community ECDEV strategy, economic development, leads our work towards a diverse local economy to foster and grow local opportunities. These interconnected pieces provide a path forward for our community, and one that with careful financial planning will help us realize the shared vision we all have for our community. In the last term, we advanced many initiatives. We hit many milestones, like the opening of a new library in the sport box. We started many projects, and we were also hit with a global pandemic, a healthcare crisis, climate crisis with wildfires, atmospheric rivers, and heat domes, a severe impact on mental health from a poison drug supply, affordability, a housing crisis, one state of emergency after another, it seemed. And through all of this, we continue to be one of BC's fastest growing municipalities, and we continue to welcome new residents into our homes every single day. Yet through all of this, council stood strongly together and looked out for one another. And when they said we have each other's back, we meant it. And I'm so grateful to all of you. We will get to work on our orientation and strategic planning later this year and early into next. So this is a great time now for us to reflect on what works well, what doesn't so much, and where we can make improvements. I expect our staff to provide us with solid updates on where we are and to provide us with valuable feedback on what they're encountering in their lines of work. We've advanced many projects and plans, adopted many policies and bylaws. However, through all of this, we may have inadvertently created some red tape, some delays, some unnecessary tasks or steps perhaps. Council recognizes, and so we'll take the steps to identify these proactively. So while Councillor Pearson and McMath are away chillaxing on vacation, just teasing you two, maybe, we will get to work with some new project teams and task force. And so I've asked, or rather insisted, voluntold, as we all know here in Soup, other councillors attend and join me with this hard work on these projects. And this work is now immediate and underway. Advocacy. This is a good time for us to strike and to follow up on what we advocated for at UBCM. While all the other councillors are getting to know one another, we can get to work. We know where we're at. Advancing healthcare. We have Island Health coming to Souk in December, and we have some great plans that are really getting close to the finish line. Land use planning, community safety, and some public art projects. We're thinking of you, Brenda. I have reached out to all members of council, and as noted, they have willingly signed up so this work can get started, and we will report out at upcoming committee of the wholes and regular council meetings. So do note that while we're all new, I have some new expectations for this term. We as your elected council are entrusted to govern. So we're looking for thoughtful, judicious, spirited, and respectful discourse that weighs all relevant interests. As always, heckling, bullying, and demeaning comments have no place here and will not be tolerated. Let's instead tolerate one another's imperfections and build capacity around our strengths together. We recognize that local government has its role, as do other community and non-for-profit stakeholders in the private sector. We view you all as community partners. There is no us and them. There's only we, us, here together. Them is the pandemic or another crisis. And to meet the unknowns of tomorrow, we need to stand together and to support one another in the various roles that we all have. We are indeed one team with a shared vision of shared prosperity. And when I say team, it's together, everyone achieves more. You see here in chambers, there's a few empty chairs. And so those have been placed here deliberately to symbolize those with no voices or no means to get into chambers. For one, that's the environment, the natural place that is home to all of us, for the finned, feathered, four-legged, and furry. The other is for our unborn children, the future generations. So let's always be mindful in our decisions about whom is in chambers with us and whom can't be here, and how our decisions impact all of us together. Let's continue to have the spirited, tough conversations that we need and work together to ensure everyone has access to the info they need to be informed. On our voter turnout, it fell from 42 to 28%. And in some ways, I feel that apathy was our friend. And so while that does seem a bit negative, it shows we have some work to do. Municipal matters most, right, Tony? So if that's the case, well, where was everybody? So therefore, as your mayor, I hereby proclaim that from this date forward, all Mondays remaining in this term of office to be locally known as Municipal Monday. All scheduled council, future committee meetings, gatherings, open houses will happen on Monday. We'll look for coffee chats with the mayor, open houses, town halls, formal, informal meetings. And when you don't come to us, we're going to find ways to come to you. I'm going to continue the work of local government school. And this is a program we launched within our local schools and with our teachers. So together we can empower the next generation so they're ready to take on the reins of leadership as they come of age, to get out and vote, show their parents how it's done. Finally, I am aware that systemic racism persists in our community. I'm hearing about this from our children as well as from their parents. And I find this is unacceptable in a place as beautiful and as welcoming as Souk. So I'm asking all of you to stand with me, to be brave, have courage, call it out when it happens, as these either deliberate or offhand comments eat away at one's self-esteem. It hurts our children, and we need them to be strong, resilient, and confident to rise to the challenge that we know lies ahead. We all need to recognize that the world is not just black and white. Rather, it's one that celebrates all colors of the rainbow. And truly, all have a place within our Souk. We all belong. And certainly that is what has made this community welcome, unique, friendly, and maybe a little bit weird sometimes. So let's realize that potential in all of us and stand strongly and confident together. This will be a busy term with focused work and effort. However, I'm so thrilled and very grateful to be a part of this. We have excellent individuals and organizations in place to write this next chapter in Souk's history, one that'll see us celebrate our 25th anniversary since incorporation, and one that I hope will yield a similar testament as Councillor Bateman expressed in his blog at the end of the term. So he shared that we conducted serious business, but never short of laughs, compassion, goodwill, and an eagerness on all our parts to be of community service. So thank you all of you for your attention and your time with us this evening. To our residents, thank you for putting your trust in us. We have a lot to do. I know we can do this. I thank all of you. Okay, everyone, we're just going to move into some business that we have at hand here. Council, if I may draw your attention to item 6, which is appointments of the deputy mayor. So for November and December, it would be that we have appointed Councillor Albedos to serve as deputy mayor for November and December of 2022. So if I could have someone move that, please. Moved by Councillor St. Pierre and seconded by Councillor Lajeunesse. All those in favor? Any opposed? That's unanimous. 7.1 is appointments to board committees. So we'll do these sort of, we'll do like the designate, the representative, the alternate, and one together, okay? So that will be, firstly, that council appoint Maya Tate as the District of Souk's representative for the Capital Regional District Board, Capital Regional Hospital District Board and the Capital Region Housing Corporation Board until the next general local election, and that council appoint Jeff Bateman as the District of Souk's alternate representative for the Capital Regional District Board, Capital Regional Hospital District Board, and the Capital Region Housing Corporation Board until the next general local election. So moved by Councillor Beto, seconded by Councillor St. Pierre. All those in favor? None opposed. That's unanimous. 7.2. That'll be that councillor appoint Councillor Dana Lajeunesse as the district's representative for the CRD Arts Commission to the next general election. And that council appoint Jeff Bateman as the District of Souk's alternate representative for the Arts Commission for a 2-year term commencing January 1st, 2023, expiring December 31st, 2024. Moved by Councillor St. Pierre, seconded by Councillor Betos. All in favor? Any opposed? None opposed. That's unanimous. Next up, 7.3, that council appoint Councillor Tony St. Pierre as the District of Souk's representative to the CRD Climate Action Intermunicipal Task Force until the next general local election. Moved by Councillor Bateman, seconded by Councillor Lajeunesse. All those in favor? None opposed. That's unanimous. 7.4. That council appoint Kevin Pearson as the District of Souk's representative for the Wanda Fuca Distribution Commission until the next general local election. And that council appoint Dana Lajeunesse as the District of Souk's alternate representative for the Wanda Fuca Distribution Commission until the next general local election. Moved by Councillor St. Pierre, seconded by Councillor Bateman. All in favor? None opposed. That's unanimous. 7.5. That council appoint Tony St. Pierre as the District of Souk's representative for the Regional Housing Trust Fund Committee for a 2-year term commencing January 1st, 2023 and expiring December 31st, 2024. Moved by Councillor Lajeunesse, seconded by Councillor Betos. All in favor? None opposed. That's unanimous. 7.6. That council appoint Dana Lajeunesse as the District of Souk's representative for the Regional Water Supply Commission until the next general local election. And that council appoint Kevin Pearson as the District of Souk's alternate representative for the Regional Water Supply Commission until the next general local election. Moved by Councillor Bateman, seconded by Councillor Betos. All in favor? None opposed. That's unanimous. 7.7. That council appoint Maya Tate as the District of Souk council representative from the CRD to the Souk and Electoral Area Parks and Recreation Commission until the next general local election. And that council appoint Jeff Bateman as the District of Souk Council CRD alternate representative to the Souk and Electoral Area Parks and Recreation Commission until the next general local election. Moved by Councillor St. Pierre, seconded by Councillor Lajeunesse. All in favor? None opposed. That's unanimous. And that council appoint Al Betos as the District of Souk council representative to the Souk and Electoral Area Parks and Recreation Commission for a 1-year term commencing January 1st, 2023, expiring December 31st, 2023. And that council appoint Kevin Pearson as the District of Souk council alternate representative to the Souk and Electoral Area Parks and Recreation Commission for a 1-year term commencing January 1st, 2023, expiring December 31st, 2023. Moved by Councillor Bateman, seconded by Councillor St. Pierre. All in favor? None opposed. That's unanimous. 7.8. That council appoint Jeff Bateman as the District of Souk representative to the Victoria Family Court and Youth Justice Committee for a 1-year term commencing January 1st, 2023 and expiring December 31st, 2023. Moved by Councillor St. Pierre, seconded by Councillor Bateman. All those in favor? None opposed. That's unanimous. 7.9. That council appoint Jeff Bateman as the District of Souk representative to the Vancouver Island Regional Library Board for a 1-year term commencing on January 1st, 2023 and expiring on December 31st, 2023. And that council appoint Dana Lajeunesse as the District of Souk alternate representative for the Vancouver Island Regional Library Board for a 1-year term commencing January 1st, 2023, expiring December 31st, 2023. Moved by Councillor St. Pierre, seconded by Councillor Betos. All those in favor? None opposed. That's unanimous. 7.10. That council appoint Megan McMath as the District of Souk Director on the Capital Regional Emergency Services Telecommunications CREST Board until the next general local election. Moved by Councillor St. Pierre, seconded by Councillor Bateman. All those in favor? None opposed. That's unanimous. 7.11. that council appoint Maya Teed as the District of Sauk representative for the Tamuk Treaty Advisory Committee until the next general local election, and that council appoint Tony St. Pierre as the District of Sauk representative for the Tamuk Treaty Advisory Committee until the next general local election. Moved by Councillor Lajeunesse, seconded by Councillor Bateman. All those in favor? None opposed. That's unanimous. Okay,
That's how we do business.
yep. So that's likely going to be the only meeting that will probably have so many unanimous decisions throughout this term. But the good thing about that is that it just means that we're delightfully bringing few our diverse backgrounds and viewpoints on everything. And that's what makes our decision making stronger in the end. So that essentially concludes tonight's business. There will be another meeting to follow. We'll kick off with regular council meetings next week. You'll see other appointments to other organizations, as well as getting on with the flow of business at that time. So I look forward to seeing you all back on Municipal Mondays to participate fully in our local democracy, because otherwise we know where to find you. So on that note, I'll call for a motion to adjourn, please. Moved by Councillor Beddoes, seconded by Councillor Lajeunesse. All those in favor? None opposed. That's unanimous. Please join us in the lounge for some refreshments. Thank you very much for being